Okay. Back with something different. So it's not going to be back with, is it? But, yeah, let's go through a game I've been playing recently. Valheim. As somebody who plays Minecraft, this is great fun. Valheim is a game that basically drops you in the middle of a sort of Nordic wood, completely naked, and just leaves you to it. So yeah, crafting base building game. It's absolutely awesome. Not hugely far into it. I've only actually... There's a series of bosses you have to beat in order to unlock areas where you can get to better stuff. And I've literally only beaten the first boss, which took me out of basically the Stone Age. And gave me access to places... Well, not so much gave me access, but sort of unlocked the ability to mine stuff in the area where there's copper and tin and turn it into bronze. So, this is my character. They all look pretty much the same. There was nothing much in the actual character generation, but to be perfectly honest, it's not really the point of the game. As you do things, and essentially as you do them, you get better at them. It just improves your damage with weapons, your stamina loss when you swim or run, the amount of damage you block when you block, that kind of thing. So yeah, I've been moving up a bit. Inventory, of course, plus your quick keys. This is bronze armor, because one of the first things I did when I unlocked bronze was made sure I was well protected, because I got fed up of being one-shotted. Cooked food and uncooked food. That was something you actually saw in here. Cooking spit. I have raw meat here. I've just dropped 2 of them on the fire here. If we stand around here for a sec, it'll cook. This was actually my first building that I built. You build it with wood that you cut down from trees. I'll get into that in a second. They're over there. And because I actually, where I first spawned and when I came to the coastline to find something, there was a sort of... That's cooked now. Heard the hissing sound. Like that. See, now I have cooked deer meat. It was a sort of a small rocky outcropping just off the coast, and I thought, yes, that'll do for defense. But it was it wasn't a uniform level, and you can't exactly level it with a hoe because it's, or a rake or anything like that, because it's rock. So rather than fight that, I just made it multi-level. So it sort of went diagonally flat over this way, so I just sort of made 2 houses diagonally onto each other. Obviously this one here is where one of my beds that I sleep at, cooking. One interesting mechanic, you can see the thing in the top where it says fire. Yeah, you can't sleep anywhere that isn't warm, otherwise you just freeze to death in the night. My first workbench where I made stuff, and the storage, for saying stuff in here is stuff that you craft with wood and stone and the like. And then I made a third one down here, which is slightly on the lower level. It actually, up here it connects back to the bedroom, and over here it connects to that bridge I was standing on earlier. See, like that. And this is just, I'm just using for storage for stuff that isn't specifically for crafting, although I'm told apparently you can do something with these trophies, although I have no idea what. Seeds and stuff. Oh, and money. I keep finding coins. Just given there isn't a single other person in this world, I have no idea what you do with coins. And stuff that I used previously that I no longer use. So this is the other entrance. The original place I was over there. We'll get to that building in a second. So when I discovered bronze, of course, I needed a smelter, which is here. Put stuff into it, put coal into it, and it'll smelt ore into an ingot. And this is the charcoal kiln, where you can throw wood and they become coal. Which makes you wonder why we ever bothered digging it out of the ground, if it was that simple. Oh wait, it's a video game. So this is my first forge. This is the next one up from the workbench. where you can actually work things like bronze. This is where I actually built my bronze armor and my bronze sword. Up until then I was using that flint spear that was in the box over there. And before that, a club and my fists. I'm not joking, there was actually a skill for that. Fists. Got it up to 11 before I actually got my first weapon. There's ore. If I got enough coal, I'll have to... need 7 more. Six. Scroll over to 6, you thank you. I'll take 10 of these. Show you how it's done. So what we do... Oh, I didn't pick up the bloody coal, did I? Idiot. Oops. There we go. The reason I've got 10 ore, but I'm making more coal, is because you need 2 coal in that smelter to smelt every 1 ore. So if I throw all of the ore in here... let's put that 7 wood that I've got in here. There we go. They'll turn into coal, but meanwhile I've got 13 coal, so we can get started over here. See? There's your coal. This is a lovely area, by the way. So yeah, I actually made this hole down here because when I didn't do it, the coal would roll off into the sea. So I had to make it so that it rolled somewhere under control. Right, there we go. We got our first tin ingot here. Well, not our first one I've shown you. I've got loads of tin ingots. Once this is finished up, we'll have enough coal in there to get the job done. We can just leave it all alone. There's 8 left in there. 13. How many more? Just 2. I'm going to do 2 and then we'll just leave these 2 to grind for a while. One more. Yeah, this is a workbench as well. You need... Well, at least it looks like it's a ruin. Oh no, it is a workbench. It's working. You need them everywhere. They have a radius. They have it if you're in build mode. The hammer. You see the very faint white line there? That's the radius at which you can build from the workbench. There's one in there. There's one down here. There's actually one also in there. And obviously there's one over there where I built that. Left. Should be 6. Right, that can grind away for itself for a minute, and I'm going to put this tin away. So, forge area. You can improve these benches with various add-ons. That's an add-on. You can see how it's got the little glittery line. That's an add-on to a forge. I can only actually make the one at the moment. Go back to the building for a second. Crafting. So there's the forge. That's an anvil which I already got. I haven't made the cooler yet, and I haven't unlocked any other ones, so I can only bring it up to 2 improvements, which would be level 3. Apparently there's a maximum of 7, but you need way more stuff. So yeah, had to make a workbench to obviously make all this, so that's the workbench. Some storage which you saw me with earlier, and yeah, I made it comfortable here as well. Put in a fire and just in case I decided I wanted to just put my head down here rather than go back to the whatever. This is something new that I've been trying recently. I found out that you can actually tame boars. The wild boars. Normally you just attack them when they attack you, but if you put them in an enclosure and feed them, it tames them. So But you do have to feed them constantly, so let's throw some of them in there. And you know what? They can have some of that as well for good measure. They eat mushrooms and berries, so there you go. Enjoy! You eat. I noticed there was a little piglet over there. So obviously this is working now. There it is down there. Oh, there's two of them! Aww! Food. Anyway, I'll let them carry on. That's not mine, by the way. What's this? Oh god, these are... This is one of the wild animals here. They call it a neck. It's just a little lizard thing that tends to occupy the coastal areas, and they're just permanently cranky, basically. This is not mine, actually. Sometimes you come across ruins of buildings that I guess came before. This one has a beehive in it. Oh, it is. I've just been stung by the bees. There's a beehive in that one. That's right, I'd forgotten about that. I'll leave that alone. Ooh. Got the raspberries. Oh, well, those I can chuck in and feed to the boars. There's another derelict over there that I just encountered when I was on my way over here. Just say I had nothing of any real value in it. We'll chuck that strawberry in there as well. Give them something else to eat. I just wanted to see what happened when you made a rock pile. It serves no real purpose. So, that's this end done. Forging and such like. But obviously you ultimately want to make a big hole. So, there's a wild piggy there. Taming them has to be done actually, you've got to sort of lead them inside the corral first. And if you have one in there getting all excited, then they all get excited and they start smashing the walls, and I can't be bothered. If he attacks me, I'll kill him. Short of that, I'm not bothered. So what are these two buildings? Well, this... Yes. Check that out. So this first room is unfinished, actually. This is going to be like a main hall. I'm going to put a big table in here. This is the place where we cook up the stuff that's eaten on the main table. Cooking station. And first thing I unlocked for the Bronze Age for use with this, a cauldron. Although, as you can see, the options are somewhat limited compared to the other one. I'm not quite sure quite what I'm supposed to do with this cauldron yet. This game is a learning process. Like I say, I'm only a while into it. I had to put a forge in to put the cauldron in, and of course, obviously, I needed a workbench. Yeah, some stuff. Somehow every day that branch ends up in here, I don't know how. Upstairs, of course. I want to put some stuff on the walls as well when I get the chance. Make this nice and homely. Nice little rug. Seating. A couple of beds. And the outside, you notice it didn't have a wall. This just has a nice view. So instead of fully walling it over and enclosing it... Oh, the lights have gone out, hang on. Put some resin on them. Made it open. Put a table, some chairs. I'll probably put a bench around here as well. A couple of other things. I think it's a nice place that you can just sit here with some mead and just chill out. So yeah, this building's a work in progress. It's by no means done. Yeah, I haven't started this room yet. It was always going to be the last one to get done. And the final room isn't much of a room. It's to put it quite bluntly, it's a car park. What do you mean by that? You can't make cars. You're right, we can't. But you can make carts. You can drag this thing along with you. It has a whole load of storage space. So if you go on a long expedition somewhere on the map to find a certain thing, you can sort of drag it with you. You've got to detach yourself from it and fight every single time, so it can be a bit of a, pardon the pun, a drag. But it certainly increases your capacity to carry stuff. Gave them all my mushrooms. I'm going to go off to find some berries now. Actually, I might just eat a necktail. You can be basically digesting up to 3 things at once, and what you're digesting dictates what your maximum health is, and your stamina bar that appears in the middle here if you do anything strenuous like running or fighting. I like to keep it as varied as possible, but I just gave all my berries to the pigs. So that's the village of Little Filth Muck. A little heart emoji prize for you in the comments if you can actually identify where that comes from. Because I didn't pick that name. That was from something else. These things here I've not marked. That's actually places where you fight the big bosses, of which this one, Nekithir, I've already fought and beaten him, so that's done. The Elder is my second one. I've gone down to find one of the places where I've got to, don't know, make some kind of sacrifice to beat him, but I'm not doing it anytime soon. The other one, as far as I can tell, is across the water. And yes, you can actually build boats in this. I've only built a raft so far, and I moored it somewhere and it just smashed against the side and subsequently sank. Which is, you know, a bit annoying. So yeah, there's a thing up the top here. If you watch it, when I go over a part of the map, it'll say meadows. That's one of the areas, and the meadows is this kind of lush, green, forest kind of place. There's also an area called Dark Forest, Black Forest. There you go, there it is there. There's also some Black Forest down here. And I thought I found some over here, but I'm not sure. Is it down here? Yeah, there we go, some Black Forest down here as well. They have, to put it quite bluntly, a better quality of tree. Access to dungeons where you can fight skeletons and pick up things that you use to make things like forges. They've got these magical cores that you can use to actually make forges and kilns and things like that. And they have a more dangerous level of creature, which is why I'm in bronze armor and carrying a bronze sword. Because the old leather armor and the flint-tipped spear just wasn't cutting it anymore. In addition to which, it also contains trolls, which are about 4 times your height and can one-shot you even if you're in bronze armor. I know, because it happened to me. If you die, you lose an amount on your skills, which is actually quite annoying. I try not to die where possible. You do have a very large motivation not to get killed. Oh, and all your kit stays where you are, and you basically got to run back to it naked and find it. Which, if you're in the middle of somewhere called Black Forest, is difficult to run back to without any armor or weapon. There's another neck over here. Go and get lost, you little bastard. It says added neck tail there. That's this thing I've just picked up. There's 2 of them. Yeah, you can throw them on the cooking fire. Is it me or is it getting dark? It is. I spent an entire game day explaining the place. I might... Yeah, another derelict over there. I encounter them all the time. And a couple of occasions when I go on expeditions and I find them, I fix them up and use them. Something over here. Oops. I unequipped my sword. There we go. Yes. Next you can one-shot. So let's go sleep off the night, because you definitely don't want to run around during the night. You just get dogpiled with enemies. And a 3rd slot. Oh well, 4 meat will do. Grab some stuff. So that's some more meat. I'll put up there. Are they necktails? There might be necktails. I just clicked on, you know, cook, and it just picks an item and cooks it for you. Technically, I could put them in the slot and then just move up and click the number and it'll cook that. There we go. When they hiss again, they're done, basically. Yeah, I'm doing one of each now. Get this done. Yeah, man. Let's go sleep off the night. Oh, there's an interesting mechanic with the, oh, I'm going to say that's gone out. With the fires that you actually build, there's a reason why they're offset to one side. And that, they've got an additional wall around them. What's that? Come in. Also, see in the top right, it says I'm cold now. That'll reduce my stamina and my health. See, I got it like that. It's because there's a smoke mechanic. If you just build a campfire inside a building, and you make it an enclosed building with a roof, you'll die of smoke inhalation. That happens. So you've got to have a way of actually venting the smoke. And I found that if you just make this sort of chimney, for want of a better way of calling it, go straight up, then when it rains it still puts your fire out. Which is why I sort of vent it at an angle like that. That way the smoke can still get out, no problem. But you can keep it, you know, inside. Like that. So there you go. And as long as you're in the influence of the fire, which I put the beds up here because they're still in the influence of those fires, you can sleep off the night. This wasn't quite where I originally spawned, but it was the first place I found. I wanted to have a, you know, the first place I built, I wanted to be on the coast. Oops. So I had an option to, you know, build boats when I got good enough to do that. So I just ran around. Where's the map? You start here at this circle of stones, where you actually, once you actually beat a boss, you take the boss's corpse up to that stones, and you just basically hang out on something, and it unlocks things. So I just basically ran around in a circle until I actually found the coastline, and this was actually the first coastline I found. I found it before this one, and so I just thought, right, here we go. There's a bit bigger rock sticking out here. I can make a pretty secure hut there, so I'm going to do that. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to go on a copper expedition. Just going to go on a quick one, because you never have enough copper. Oh god. Minecraft has its friggin' zombies and skeletons. And yes, Valheim has its greylings. Now, swimming's interesting because it can be dangerous. Apparently your character has even less swimming stamina than I do in real life. Your stamina goes down as you swim. No, I guess it looks like I'm going to be able... Oh no, there we go. I'm swimming very briefly. But your stamina goes down when you swim, and once it gets down to 0, you start taking damage. I'll show you. See? Now I'm taking damage if you're going with 0 stamina. So you can actually die in the water. After, frankly, not too far. Build the stamina back up, then run it down to the ground. Build it back up again. Well, I mean, it was dumb enough not to run. What was I supposed to do? Besides which, I still need deer hides, and I always need food. You never have enough food. I usually shoot them with my bow. I don't know what the Bronze Age level for a bow is. I've not discovered it yet. There was no bow on the forge. I've still only got what it refers to as a crude bow, which is just Basically this thing. A crude but functional bow. Does a reasonable amount of damage. Not as much as this thing. And the axe doesn't do a half bad amount of damage as well. But I saved that for... I don't like them. They've all got endurances. See the white bar under them? Yeah, they wear down. Now, they can be repaired. But I prefer to use... Ooh. That's breeze. I prefer to use the sword for fighting and the axe for cutting, because I don't like to wear the axe down too much. Neck. He's just going to chase me. Let's just dispose of him. Accidentally unequipped the sword again, ended up punching it in the face. Well, that still took half its health down, so, you know, cool. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right, we're going for copper. I have a feeling I've marked on the map, I've put dots here. Marked places I've found copper before. But I have a feeling this one down here, I've pretty much exhausted. I might take the dot off, actually. God damn it. It's not a copper deposit, is it? No. Tell me. You gotta be kidding me. Screw it. I'm pretty sure I've depleted that one. Let's go and find another one. Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those games, and there are loads of them, where if your character so much as starts walking against a really small, like, item... Oh, just found another copper deposit I didn't know was around. Let's mark that. Because I'm not going to get all of it in one go. And I will want to come back here. I thought I heard a roar. Let's get my pickaxe. What is this? Great. That's a shield. Blocked quite a bit of damage with one of those things. Right. Where were we before we were rudely interrupted? Let's start from the bottom. Work our way in. See how stingy it is. Only picked up one copper ore. One of these slight irritations of this game. Expect to get interrupted when you do anything loud. Not so much in meadows. Not too bad in meadows, but friggin' Black Forest. I swear to God. There are a lot of nosy neighbours, shall we say. Let my stamina get back up. Everything calls stamina, so I'm mining here. It brings my stamina down. Oh, shit. Notice in all this I'm actually picking up stone as well. And I'll just improve my pickaxe to 32. Yeah, trust me on this, I do not need stone. So we've got 4 copper. Let's see what else we can mine out of this. And a lot of stone. If the stone weighs me down, I'll leave it behind. I do not have a shortage of stone. Plus you can pick it up from literally anywhere. So. All I'm here for is the copper. I'm right on the very edge of the Black Forest up in this area here. I'm literally right on the edge of it. Becomes meadows right there. So... One of the other problems is that this has a really bad effect on the durability of your pickaxe. One of the things I've got to get at some point is a bronze pickaxe to make up for this antler one I'm currently using, but that's a work in progress. Oh, we got 9 copper. I don't know how much more we're going to get. There we go. Ooh, 2 pieces of copper ore, lovely. You'll see now why I marked this place. There's no way that antler with only that amount of endurance left is going to carve through all of this. It's just not going to happen. Now, technically, if I wanted to, I could put a workbench down. But in order to actually use a workbench, as opposed to just have it be a place where you can... oh, that's not good. I'm not picking things up anymore. Meaning I've run out of... I'll put that down for a second and see if there's any copper pieces here that I've missed out on. No, I think I got them all. Piece of copper ore there. 15 pieces of copper ore. That's not a bad haul. The axe is about to give out. I've marked it on the map so I can come back here. I know where to go basically to find it. So I think we will call this very quick copper expedition successful. And we'll run back to Little Filth Muck. There's a big meadow here. Again, that's not a derelict. I didn't build that one. Who's this? Grayling. Ooh, I hear bees. Hear that? There's a beehive in that somewhere. Meaning they'll sting me, so we'll leave it alone. Apparently there was something you can do. With the beehives, you can actually use them to make honey. Ooh. Food for the piggies. Right, so the food I'm digesting down here in the bottom left, you can see it 3 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. That's how long it's got to be before I have to eat something else to, you know, keep my strength up, as it were. Ooh, more food for the piggies. You can shamelessly take these; they will grow back. Chuck that lot in the pigsty. What's my weight like? I will need some wood as well, but after I've deposited this lot. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Now I have to swim across this. And now I'm wet. You see it up here. Oh, no. There. Tells you you're wet and how long it is before you're dry. You can dry yourself quicker by standing next to a fire. All it does is have a slight detriment on your health and your stamina, basically, if you're wet. It's usually not too bad. Look at that little grayling there, eyeing up my mana. Get lost, little bastard. There we go. So the reason why I built the shed for the cart is because I would leave the first time I built the cart and went on an expedition with it, I left it out in the open whilst I was emptying it. Some graylings came in and started attacking the cart. So they started bashing it basically and doing damage to it. So I was like, nope. So I built a shed for the cart so that it had some protection in case a grayling came up and took exception. Where am I going? Oh, over there, that's right. I like this little pond. Anyway, Let's we're gonna get some wood to turn into coal. First things first. Grab what's out here. The remaining tin. I'll put 10 of the copper in there because that's the maximum you can put in. There we go. We are going to put the rest of the tin and the copper ore here. And what I'll do is I'll go and feed those strawberries to the piggies. Might keep a couple for myself. Just to give a bit of variety of diet. Just 10 strawberries there I can throw to the pigs. Ooh, got some fully grown pigs now. Well, you lot keep at it. Right. I heard a snarl. Is it a neck or a... whatever. I don't know. So, after that highly successful copper grab, I know for a fact I had some spare wood, I'm pretty sure. I'll put it in the hole. Yeah, a second. No, just for wood. Actually, I should transfer all the wood over to them. Save that for other things. Yeah, I'm carrying too much. When you carry too much, you can only walk until your stamina runs out and then you're knackered. Doesn't matter. 25, by coincidence, is exactly what I want. Actually, I'll keep the 4. This is fine wood. You get this from better trees, which I was only able to cut down recently when I got myself a bronze axe. I need to repair that, actually. Let's find the workbench. There we go. The pickaxe is repaired now. Ready to go again. Now this game can be played multiplayer. A whole bunch of you can sort of band together, cut things down, and you know, build yourself up to the point where you've built yourselves a nice little village. And the first time I played, this isn't the first world I did. It's the third actually. I rushed through the other ones. And I think it was a mistake to rush, to try and like advance your way through as quick as possible. I think the best thing to do with the big bosses, and you know, going to the next level, is to just take it easy. Build yourself up. Just keep going out. Get more materials. You know, make sure you get, because you know, the first time I tried to do one of the big bosses, I hardly had any armor. I was like, oh, I found it, let's do it. Managed to beat it, but only because I had a bow and a hell of a lot of arrows, and it damn near killed me. I've no intention of going on any further until I've got everything in bronze, including my shield. That bone shield is nice. There you go. Bone tower shield. But I'd rather have a bronze one. And I don't have a bronze helmet yet, so I've got to work on that. I think you can make a bronze pickaxe. In fact, oh, did I just hear the piggy squeal? somebody tormenting my piggies? Is there a neck around here or something? No. I just fed you all. Oh, I see why they were squealing. Sorry. I'll let you get to it. My bad. Right, let's see what options we do have. Right, bronze body armor and bronze leg armor I've already got. That's these two here. But I could upgrade them. What does it take to upgrade them? Or bronze. Armor 10 rather than 8. Okay, well we'll leave that for the moment. Although I would like to upgrade 18 to 30 against 15 to 25. That might be worth it. But where's other stuff? There's a pole arm there. 8 bronze, like I can make that. Bronze axe already got. Bronze mace. Headache on a stick. What a good name for a mace. Headache on a stick. A piece of extremely strong wood with a big bronze lump at one end. Bronze pickaxe, here we go. Break very hard rocks. 10 bronze. God, to be kidding me. What do you need for the shield? 10 bronze. Bronze spear, bronze sword. Well, I've already got the sword. What do I need for the helmet? 5 bronze and 2 deer hides. Well, I've got any number of deer hides. In fact, I've got one on me. I can go get another one. Yeah, I think I might complete my armor setup and get the helmet first. Got the maximum amount of protection because I'm not wearing a helmet at all at the moment. I'm wearing bronze breastplate, bronze leg armor, and a deer hide cape, which apparently helps protect you against the rough weather. And I just unequipped it. I'm an idiot. So. Every bronze ingot needs 2 copper and 1 tin. Now you see why you're constantly doing copper runs. Tin is more prevalent than copper and you never have enough copper. It's the one you've always got to get. Let's pick up all these. 16 coal. Let's get to cooking. One of those. There's going to be 2 more that I need here. Ooh. And there goes my phone alarm, telling me it's time to wake up. Yeah. Come on, one more. Get on with it. There we go. There should be 16 in there, 8 in there, and you know what? I'm going to see out the night. I'm nearest to my little hut, other than the hall, so we'll see out the night here in the hut. Now the good thing is that the ooh, more piggies. Time does accelerate through the night, so the fact that I left the smelter running means it's actually going to be done by the morning. It's not a case of it'll just pick up where it left off before. The reason why I tend to set these things off in the evening and then just come back in the morning and it's done. See, like that. There we go. Blast. Shut that up. Alright. grab 5 bronze, because I think that's what I needed. I never picked up the deer hide, did I? What an idiot. Okay. The coal can go in here. I don't need it at the moment. Bronze. 10 copper, 5 tin, 5 bronze. And it doesn't change, it's 2 copper and 1 tin. So, let's just craft ourselves 5 bronze. There we go. And where's the helmet again? I've lost it. Yeah, I need 2 deer hides. Okay, let's go and get another one. There's a whole load of the supply area over here. Whilst I'm at it, I might get rid of that deer head. Don't need it. Oh, there's a deer head in here. There we go. Now we can make a bronze helmet. And to the forge. And there we have it. Bronze helmet. Armor 8. I never put the deer trophy away, did I? What an idiot. Let's wear it now. There we go. And I have an armor level of 25. That's pretty good, actually. But for some reason it's making me look like I'm bald. Yes, suddenly I've cut all my hair off. No idea why. Doesn't matter. Morning in Valheim. Well, at some point I'm going to have to deal with a few of those, but I'll do it later. I was just trying to count how many there were, sorry. That was what my hesitation was there. I was like, how many have I got? It's like 8. So yeah, that's Valheim in a nutshell. I have had great fun playing it on my own. I'm pretty sure it would also be equally as fun, or even more fun, playing it as a group. So, and bear in mind, this is a few hours into the game. A few hours into my 3rd game, I deleted the other 2. I got to the point where I just kept getting killed all the time because I really hadn't done any prep in the first part, so I couldn't do anything. So I killed those worlds and started another one. And yeah, this one's worked out alright. So, there you go. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you all later.